This is part of a short series I'm doing called Things Owners Often Put Off. It's quiet issues that compound over time. Today, I want to talk about something that often shows up as pricing pressure, but usually starts much earlier than that. A lot of business owners tell me they feel like they're constantly being compared on price, compared on features, compared on turnaround time. Prospects say things like, "We're looking at a few options," or "We're deciding between you and someone else." And over time, it starts to feel like the business is interchangeable. This can be frustrating, especially when you know what you're doing is good work. Most of the time, this isn't because the business lacks quality. It's not that you're bad at what you do, and it's not that customers don't care. It's because the business doesn't have a clear understanding of how it actually fits within the broader industry. So the comparisons get decided for you. Every industry has an unwritten landscape. Some competitors are known for price, some are known for speed, some for scale, or some for serving a very specific type of customer. When a business hasn't really looked where others are strong or where they're weak and where they're paying attention, it tends to drift into the most crowded parts of the market. Not intentionally, but this happens by default. This is where pressure starts to build. Marketing begins to sound like everyone else. Sales conversations turn into explanations and justifications, and price becomes the easiest way for customers to decide. At the same time, there are often parts of the industry that are not being served particularly well, not because they're not important, but because they don't fit neatly into the areas competitors are focused on. When those spaces go unnoticed, the businesses keep competing where attention is already concentrated. Every industry has a landscape, whether it's written down or not. When a business hasn't taken the time to really understand how others are playing the game, it gives up the chance to choose where it wants to compete. The market still moves, comparisons still happen, but instead of competing on its own terms, the business ends up reacting to the loudest parts of the market. And that compounds quietly over time. Here's a question I'd like to leave with you. Where in the industry are you competing by default instead of by choice? That's one of those issues that usually doesn't demand attention, but it keeps showing up until it's addressed. And I'll just leave that there.